Hey, what's up? Pixelflux here, and today I've got a massive announcement for all the gamers out there. This morning actually, I received this nice green-looking email from Nvidia saying that they've got GTX 1080s for sale. So I clicked that green button, I caved in, I just could not resist, and I bought two of them. Yes, the price is ridiculous, and yes, it's the Founders Edition, which is basically the reference edition, but I don't give a flying shit. I bought it anyway, caved in, don't care. And I do realize it's a lot of money. Some people could buy a car with it, but you got to do what you got to do. So that basically, this decision came to me after I've actually bought this screen to use with my laptop. And the screen's coming in tomorrow morning, actually today morning, today's Saturday, so it's coming in the morning. Anyway, so this is the Acer Predator XB271HU, and it's a 27-inch 1440p 165Hz G-Sync display. And it's an IPS screen as well, so obviously brilliant colors and nice viewing angles and whatever. But obviously, since it's an IPS display, the price tag is a little bit hefty. But, I was thinking of getting a 1080p TN panel and then kind of reconsidered it. They were half the price than what this is, but I think this is just going to be much better in the long run. So I bought this, and then I started testing games at 1440p, and I was still getting about, say in The Witcher 3 ultra settings, everything maxed out, I'm getting about 1080p, that is, I'm getting about, say, 80, 90 frames a second, well, between 70 and 90, depending on where I am, on my 110 Hz display. If I kill hairworks and reduce the shadows to something more like high, maybe reduce the foliage rendering distance, just those two settings, I can get a flat 110 on my 110 Hz display. So, that's pretty good. But once I bumped it up to 1440p, which is obviously 75% more pixels to push per frame than 1080p is, I started noticing that the laptop doesn't necessarily keep up at the rate that I wish it did. So, I was getting something like 60 frames a second, and, that was pretty good for the most part for ultra settings minus hairworks. But then, if I kill anti-aliasing and maybe kill some settings to like a little lower settings, I can get about 70, 80 FPS easily, for like really high settings. But I thought, that's gonna be just half of what this display does, and obviously we need to push. At least I wish I could push as much as I can. So I thought, fuck it, I'll just build a new PC. So this kind of influenced my opinion. So I bought two 1080s, and then obviously I need the rest of the PC because I'm on a laptop. And if you want to know what kind of a laptop this is, and it's a pretty beastly laptop which would last probably the next 2-3 years ultra gaming. I'm gonna link it here in this black area here, or maybe the whole video, I don't know. I'm just gonna link it here somewhere, so you can click here right now to go to the build video if you're interested. Anyway, so I thought I need something more powerful anyway. Truth be told, I'm spoiled. Ever since I overclocked the screen, I just want more and more and more, and it does become really difficult. So if you're about to buy a 144 or 120 Hz display, it's just, well, it's really cool, but it can be really distracting, and it can actually raise your bar really high. Anyway, so I'm gonna build a new PC, and I'm kind of building an Amazon list of the parts that I'm probably gonna want. I'm basing it on an i7 5960X for the time being, and since I'm gonna be overclocking it to something like 4.4, 4.5 gigahertz to drive those extra frames out of the GPUs, I'm gonna be needing some hefty cooling, so I'm thinking probably that there. It's gonna be a giant box, it's not gonna bother me anyway. For the motherboard, I've chosen the Asus Rampage 5 Extreme, which has got 4 dual sockets, really nicely spaced out PCI Express slots, and yeah, that's for 4 GPUs. Now, even though I've only got 2 of them there, those 1080s, I've also got a couple of Quadram 5000 cards that Nvidia kindly sent me a while ago, so I'm probably going to be stuffing those in there for my personal 3D work. And, obviously all those CUDA cores are going to be really useful when rendering some 3D imagery in, say, iRay or whatever. And for the memory, I'm probably going to go with 32 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance. Even though this motherboard has 8 slots, I'm probably just going to buy 4 8GB DIMMs for now, and then leave, you know, space for more later on. 32 gigabytes is what I've got on my laptop right now, and it's pretty freaking good. I'm not really running out of memory, you know, at the moment. I can have multiple games open, and it's pretty good. However, in the future, I might actually upgrade. As for the hard drives, I'm not decided yet. I'm probably gonna take out one of the SSDs out of this laptop and shove it in there, just to save a little bit of money, because, you know, a terabyte SSD is still gonna be a 200-300 pounds easily, and especially the Samsung Evo 850 Pro. That SSD I bought for 300 something pounds, so, you know, they are expensive. So I'm just probably gonna butcher my laptop and take one out. Anyway, so these are my announcements. New screen, a couple of new top-end graphics cards, and a big-ass PC build. So if you're gonna be interested in maybe seeing how 1080s and SLI work, or, you know, just various game benchmarks, and I do have hundreds of games on my Steam account, and I'm gonna buy the latest and greatest as well, because, you know, why not? So, you know, if you're interested in that, definitely do subscribe and keep in touch, because these things are coming. If you're interested in the screen and my views on the screens, whether 1440p is worth it, or, you know, that 165 Hz or 144 Hz is worth it, or, you know, the screen size, whatever. If you're interested in that, G-Sync, all that goodness, again, please subscribe, keep in touch. These things are coming in the next coming couple of days. And interestingly enough, I've actually never built a PC on my own. I've upgraded laptops and PCs and whatever. I know a lot about them, I know what goes in them, whatever, but I've never actually built one. So interestingly enough, this is going to be my very first PC build. So again, I'm going to be making probably a series of videos of how I'm choosing my components and what I'm looking out for, and how I'm probably going to be explaining how, you know, CPUs affect graphics cards and vice versa. And, you know, if you're interested in that, you know, learning a little bit, maybe you're gonna build a new PC yourself. You know, you never know. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, again, please keep in touch. We're gonna make some more videos about that as well as I go along, because I haven't got too much time till those 1080s are gonna land in my inbox, or in my hands, I suppose, if the mailman comes in or whatever. I don't know. So anyway, these are the announcements, the 1080s, new screen, new PC build. So if you're interested in any of those, please do let me know. And, you know, leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe, whatever. Keep in touch. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're as excited as I am, and we will see you next time.